Here's a look at the exercises that we will be doing today. We're going to start off with a two-handed single leg deadlift. We'll do that on each side. So we're going to have both hands on the handle. We're going to make sure that our knee stays right over our heel. We're going to have one leg extended up in the air, and it's going to continue to reach back the more that we drop down into our deadlift. We want to keep our back nice and straight. We want to keep good tension in our upper backs and keep your shoulder blades pulled back and together. So we have a nice straight spine. We're going to fold at the base of our spine. One leg is going to come up in the air, and we're going to balance and support on one foot that stays on the ground. It's not mandatory to lift the bell up. If you're struggling with balance, simply just work on your balance, fold, and reach down and touch the handle and come back up. After that, we will take the kettlebell. We'll have the handle down. The kettlebell will be at chest level. We're going to do a halo, which is going to be a circle around the head, around the line of the eyes and ears. After we come back to the chest, we're going to go into a fixed rotation. Okay, so our lower half will stay fixed. Our upper body will twist as much as we can. We're going to keep the kettlebell lined up with our sternum, and then we will alternate directions on each one. From there, we'll go to a body weight exercise called a Hindu push-up. Hands will line up inside or right underneath your shoulders. Your feet will be shoulder width or wider. We'll drop down into a scoop. We'll exhale when we drop down. We'll push our hands into the ground and our hips will go back up, and that's when we will inhale. So we'll do our best to try to get our hips up in the air, heels down on the ground, so we're stretching out the posterior chain and the ankles. From there, we'll lie on our back, lock our legs out, and we'll do a leg scissor. We can use this as a flexibility exercise, so if you have tight hamstrings, you can reach up and pull on the leg and stretch the hamstring as well. From there, we'll go to an alternating side plank. You can either do the side plank from your palm, which is more demanding, or you can put your forearm on the ground, but we'll be in a nice side plank on the side, and we will lift our leg and work the muscles in the hip after every side plank. From there, we'll stand up. We'll get our feet shoulder width in a squat position. We'll have the bell up at chest level with the handle pointed up towards the ceiling. We will descend into a squat. You want to force your knees out. You want to keep the torso, your arms, and the bell all inside of the leg stance. After you get to your 90-degree squat, you're going to open the arms, drop the bell down towards the ground, all while you're holding the squat. Curl the bell back up to chest level, and then stand up out of your squat. From there, we can put the bell on the ground, either lying down or upright. So we're either pushing off of the ball of the kettlebell or the handle, but we're going to be alternating and doing a push-up on each side. Pay attention to your shoulders, pay attention to your elbows staying back, your hands underneath your shoulders, and really keep your abdominals and your torso tight, as well as your legs when you descend into your push-up. Inhale down, exhale up, and then switch sides. From there, we can either go to a plank hold or plank burpees, or a little bit of both. Burpees involve maintaining your forearms on the ground, hopping your knees or walking your knees in, trying to get them as close as you can to your triceps, and then walking or hopping them back out to your standard plank hold. After that, we've got a figure eight. We'll switch directions halfway, but we want to maintain a good squat stance, and we are lacing the bell in a figure eight pattern around the shin and knee area. Really pay attention to good spinal position. Your upper body is going to be leaning forward slightly, actually a lot. You also want to make sure that your hips are extended back. So we're holding the position with our abdominals and our leg muscles. Pay attention to your chest staying out, your shoulders staying back, and not being flexed or collapsed in your shoulders and chest area, because that'll put all the tension on your lower back. After that, we'll put our palms on the ground. We'll do a sprinter lunge, which is really a deep stretch for the hip flexors. So we want to take our time with each leg switch, but we'll be bringing the legs outside of your handstand. So your hands will line up in a push-up position right under your shoulders, and you're going to hop the legs outside and then drop the hip of the back leg to really emphasize stretching that hip flexor out. Use your abdominals to switch the legs. So that's our verbal demonstration. Now we'll take a look at what we're doing visually. We'll be doing each exercise for 30 seconds in this round. I would suggest in classes we did 4 rounds of this at 30 seconds each. Okay, our first exercise is a single leg deadlift. Remember, if you're having balance issues, do not pick the bell up. Focus more on keeping better body position. 30 seconds, start on your less balanced leg. Ready? And begin. Switch legs. And begin. Next we have a halo with a twist. Strong leg base. Have a nice mobile upper body. Ready? And begin. Into push-ups. Start with a nasal inhalation when your hips are up. Exhale every time you drop into the push-up. Ready? Begin. Next we have a leg scissor. Use this as a hamstring stretch if you have tight hamstrings. Ready? And begin. Alternating side plank with a leg lift. You can either do a low side plank with your forearm down or a high side plank with your palm down. Make sure you settle in before you do your leg lift. Ready? And begin. Squat with a curl. So make sure your feet your shoulder width, toes out slightly. You want to let your knees expand. So you want to keep everything inside the leg stance. Start with the kettlebell up at chest level. Ready? And begin. Alternating push-ups, either from this position, this bell position, this would be a little more advanced. This would be a little less advanced. But alternate on each side, make sure you have the best body position on each rep. Ready? Inhale down, exhale up, and begin. We have a plank hold, or I will be doing plank burpees. Forearms and palms are flat. Again, maintain best body position. Ready? And begin. Figure 8 pass, each direction. Ready? And begin. Switch. Last one of the round is a sprinter lunge. Make sure you take the legs outside of your handstands and you focus on good